Healthcare Roundup. What's happening in the market? Big Pharma. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the complex and ever-changing world of the healthcare market. We've got a lot to cover, from soaring insurance costs to groundbreaking tech, and a major play from one of the industry's biggest names, Novartis. We'll break down the headlines that matter most to you, whether you're a healthcare professional, an investor, or just a patient trying to navigate the system. First up, let's talk about the money. The financial health of the healthcare sector is a mixed bag right now. The big news on the home front is the proposed increase in health insurance premiums. In a state like Pennsylvania, we're seeing proposals for premiums to jump by as much as 19% in the individual market for 2026. This is a huge deal, and it's largely tied to the potential expiration of enhanced premium tax credits. The concern is that as costs rise, healthier individuals may drop their coverage, further destabilizing the market for everyone else. At the same time, we're seeing some companies thrive. The tech sector's influence is undeniable. Companies like Oracle are seeing a boom in their cloud infrastructure sales, with direct applications in healthcare for everything from patient data management to drug research. But on the other side of the coin, it's not all sunshine. We saw a company like Sarepta Therapeutics take a hit after the FDA paused shipments of one of their drugs, showing just how sensitive the market can be to regulatory decisions. And this brings us to a topic that's defining the future of healthcare: technology. The digital revolution is here, and it's driven by a post-pandemic push for efficiency and personalized care. AI and machine learning are no longer just buzzwords. They're being used to analyze medical images for early disease detection, to accelerate drug discovery, and to power the chatbots that help you schedule appointments or get answers to your medical questions. And it goes beyond just AI. We're seeing a massive rise in the Internet of Medical Things, or IoT. We're talking about smart devices and wearables that allow doctors to monitor patients with conditions like Parkinson's from the comfort of their own homes. This shift is moving care from the hospital to the living room. Plus, virtual and augmented reality are being used to train surgeons and even to help patients manage chronic pain. This kind of innovation is a huge driver of corporate strategy, and that leads us to mergers and acquisitions. The big news on this front is from one of the industry's giants, Novartis. Novartis recently made headlines with a strategic deal to acquire a company called Tourmaline Bio for a cool $1.4 billion. This isn't a random acquisition, it's a very calculated move. The deal gives Novartis a phase 3 ready asset, a drug called pacibekitug, which is a new kind of anti-inflammatory for cardiovascular disease. This bolt-on acquisition strategy is a way for large companies to quickly strengthen a specific part of their pipeline and prepare for future patent cliffs. But it's not just about what's being bought. Regulators are keeping a very close eye on M&A activity. The Department of Justice is actively challenging some of these deals, concerned that large-scale consolidation could lead to less competition and, ultimately, higher costs for you, the patient. $55.186 billion revenue, $250 billion market cap. To truly understand this move, we have to look at the history of Novartis. This company is a result of one of the biggest mergers ever, bringing together three Swiss giants: Ciba, Geigy, and Sandoz back in 1996. Since then, they've been on a mission to become a pure-play, innovative medicines company. They spun off their eye care division, Alcon, in 2019, and most recently, they completed the spin-off of their generics business, Sandoz, in 2023. This is a massive strategic shift, allowing them to focus entirely on high-value, cutting-edge therapies. And the strategy is paying off. The company is performing incredibly well. They reported strong Q2 results for 2025, with double-digit sales growth. Key brands like Kisqali for cancer, Kesimpta for MS, and the prostate cancer drug Pluvicto are driving this growth. With a market cap of around $250 billion and over $55 billion in revenue for the past year, their financial health is robust. Their future thinking is all about new technology. They're investing heavily in platforms like radioligand therapy, gene and cell therapy, and RNA-based treatments. These aren't just incremental improvements. They're aiming to target diseases at a more fundamental level. They've even set a goal to become a top 5 player in the US market, which is a huge part of their business. So, what does all of this mean? The healthcare landscape is in constant motion. We're facing rising costs, but we're also seeing unprecedented technological innovation that promises to change how we receive care. The industry's biggest players, like Novartis, are re-strategizing and making bold moves to stay ahead, and regulators are trying to ensure that these changes benefit patients, not just corporate bottom lines. It's a lot to keep up with, but staying informed is the first step to navigating this system. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next healthcare roundup. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.